And up in the bleachers are our more important guests, the ones who we owe all our love and our credit for our accomplishments, the ones we seem to live with for too long, but really haven't thanked enough, our families and parents. Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like applause after everything else I had to say, too. But the real reason we're out here today is for you, all 260 of you. Well, 259 of you. I'm up here. And no, I'm not the number one of that 260, not second, nor third, but I am simply a part of it. And we all are. You could say that with our powers combined, we are the class of 2008. And don't get me wrong, 2008 is a very important year. We saw the decline of the Britney Spears that many of us may be very embarrassed to now admit that we had a huge crush on. And the rise of Hannah Montana as she continues to build a fan base of young teenage girls in the millions. We've seen the end of an amazing presidential administration. And we'll see the beginning of another. But most importantly, in 2008, our high school era will come to a close, and we shall soon find ourselves in a new era, our era. How our era ends up being is left up solely to us. But over the past few years, I've been assured that we'll do just fine. Although we never got around to the perfect senior prank, and we picked the worst senior quote I've ever heard, we've definitely made up for it. This class is packed with more academic and athletic scholarships than this school has ever seen. Through our motivation, determination, inspiration, perspiration, and preservation, we have helped make Wakulla High School the best high school in all of the high schools in all of Wakulla County. Now, I want to make sure you all understand just how important this day is, not just for this community, for this school, and to your families, but to yourselves. I like American history, especially all those presidents, and I found out something very interesting about one of them the other day. One of those obscure presidents that no one really knows anything about is Herbert Hoover, 31st President of the United States. He's the one who had the Great Depression hit during his term. Maybe it was his fault, maybe it wasn't. But I don't think the fact that he dropped out of school as a teenager helps him argue being innocent. That's right. Herbert Hoover, President Herbert Hoover, never graduated from high school. So in the next few minutes, all of you will be able to declare that you received more education and therefore could be very well smarter than a past President of the United States of America. Now, whether you are smarter than the current president or not is solely left up to your discretion. And just who exactly is this amazing class of 2008? And I'm talking about more than just the names that will be read as we walk across this field. We're a variety of peoples, a melting pot, if you will. You have your preps, your nerds, your punks, and so on. Take me, for example. I'm a jock. That label, though, doesn't describe who I really am. Beneath the perfect tan and the layers of thick muscle, there's a lot more to me. And the same goes for all of us. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to my only piece of advice for you tonight. We spent many of our high school years trying to be called cool and accepted by our friends, and we succeeded. But our new era, which begins tomorrow, will be radically different. If I could condense this entire speech into one sentence, that means wake up, it would be this. We must stop fitting in and start standing out. Yeah. Only by being unique and brilliant in this world will we truly succeed. When lovers pick a star out of the night sky to remind themselves of each other when separated, they don't pick the one that looks like all the others. When a kid peeks into a box labeled free kittens, they don't beg their parents for the ones that look like all the rest. People always choose the brightest star and the fluffiest kitty. In the real world, people will accept you and they will admire you for who you are more than for who you're like. So when I tell this incredible class of 2008 to get out there, I'm saying several things. I'm saying get out into the real world, out of college, up the corporate ladder, and into the spotlight. I'm saying that when we have our high school reunion, I want you landing out of that bus ramp in your private helicopter and getting out with a little hot-to-trot number wrapped around your arm. And don't get me wrong, if you end up being the hot-to-trot number, you've still done pretty well. But what I'm really trying to say is I want you to get out of those stereotypes, the tags that categorize you and make you just like everyone else. Because you see, I want you to be famous. I want you to make millions. Save the world, but not like how Tom Hanks, Bill Gates, or Chuck Norris did. I want you to do all of those things as Lizzie Butler, as Rochelle Bennett, as Nigel Bradham would, and as all other 256 of you would. So class of 2008, get out there.